Okay.
Need a real slate one of these days.
Works for me.
So, did you say relationships or friendships? You said friendships, right?
Well, friendship is a form of relationship.
Yeah.
So I think for my daughters, what concerns me about friendships is that, so Isla, my older daughter, has done a very good job of surrounding herself with really good people. She has Imani and Hayden, and they really love her, and they're good people. And she kind of really has a good sense of who she connects with. With Josephine, I feel as if she's a little bit more like me, where she has a lot of friends, but no close friends. So in terms of friendship, I think the two of you really need to rely heavily upon each other to be your own best friend first, and then be best friends with each other. And Josephine, I think that you need to open yourself up a little bit more. And I understand, because you're so pretty and you're so talented that you feel like people are always trying to use you. So that's why you close yourself off. But there are good people out there. You do have to be wary, because that happens. That happened to me when I was younger. I had like a lot of friends, but no friends at the same time, if that makes sense. Like nobody.
No real friends.
No real friends.
Yeah.
People who wanted to hang out with me because, you know, I had a lot of recognition academically, and I was captain of the tennis team, and, you know, I was musically inclined, and I was really pretty. So people wanted to be around me.
They wanted to be seen with you.
Right, right. And so but I don't feel like anyone really wanted to know me.
Yeah.
Like no one really cared about me.
Yeah.
But you two are so lucky because you have each other, you know? And I know that you care for each other so deeply, and always just keep that in mind, because there are going to be times when you're going to have to heavily rely upon each other. Like there are going to be times when Isla's like, you know, scrapping together money to make a movie, and she's going to be broke, and she's going to need a place to live. And you guys can like shack up together. Or Josephine, there's going to be times when you're trying to make an album and you're not going to be making much money, and you need to shack up with Isla. Like just people you can really like every time they call. Like every time Isla calls Joe, pick up the phone. And Isla, every time Joe calls, pick up the phone. When they text back. Like just the person, like you have each other. And there are going to be people who come and go throughout your life. But you two are forever. You're forever. At least that's my hope and prayer. And expectation is that you always have someone to rely on, and not everyone is that fortunate to have that person, but you two have each other. And of course you have me. And you can always, you know, until my last breath, you have me.
That's good.
If I ever don't pick up the phone, it's because I'm asleep. Or I'm driving, because I can't talk and drive at the same time. But as soon as I wake up, I'll call you back, text you back. And as soon as I arrive at my destination, I'll call back or text back. But just know that friends do come and go. And the thing with friends, too, is that there are people who disappear from your life and then come back when you least expect it.
It's true.
And you can garner more, like, interior sense of self-love by expressing love to others. So when a friend reaches out to you and they need help, you're not just helping them, you're also helping yourself because you are fully expressing the I don't want to say limits, but your potential to be a person of light in the world. So when someone asks you for help, unless it's someone who you have reason to distrust, who you think might be trying to take advantage of you, which will happen because you're both very beautiful and very talented, people will try to take advantage of you. And it's happened to me more times than I can count. Those people, you just need to say, I wish I could help, but I can't. But don't not respond. Like, at least, and don't explain. Just say, I wish I could help you, but I can't. And that's a form of self-protection and friendship. But if you have no reason to distrust someone, but maybe they've just fallen out of your path for whatever reason, because you're living in different places or in different spots in your life. But if someone who you don't feel has any exploitative or negative intentions towards you requests your help, you help them. And that will, but within boundaries and within limits. Don't give money to people. Don't give money to people because they're broke, but help them find a job. Or, like, if you give them money, just don't expect to get it back, and don't let it interfere with the friendship. Just be like, you're in a tough spot. I'm going to give you this, and I don't expect it back. And don't give any sort of physical comfort to men who just say, oh, I'm so lonely. Oh, I just need to cuddle with somebody. Yeah, don't buy that shit. Don't do that. Don't do that.
There's always an ulterior motive.
Right. So, exactly. So, look out for ulterior motives. So, that's kind of the line. Look out, be wary of ulterior motives, but also be open enough to offer whatever form of generosity you can. Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've never really had a real friend either. So that makes me sad for Josephine because, like, I always have the lots of people around me, but... But no one who ever, like, really cared about me. So that was a difficult and lonely way to live my life.
It's hard to find real friends.
Well, I feel like, especially in this day and age, everyone's always, like, seeing what they can get out of somebody else.
Yeah. There's, like, a real disconnect between people, too.
Yeah. And people assume that you want something from them, you know? And sometimes I do, but I'm very straightforward about it, right? Like, from you, I want you to record this session. And from me, you want money. And, like, that works for me. It's when people sort of hide their intentions. You know? Like, that's when it gets scary because you think that you've met someone who's genuine. And very oftentimes, especially if you're, like, really too open, like if you have kind of holes in your aura, like, predators can spot you a mile away. Yeah. So you guys have to be careful. And Isla, I know that you are. You're careful. You've really learned how to walk that line. And Josephine, you are so closed off, and I understand why. But you need to open up a little bit for even the possibility. And then if you don't want to, you don't have to. But just always know that you have your sister. And you two can always trust each other. Okay. That was a lot.
What else did you say? Spirituality?
Oh, yes. So in terms of spirituality, I just want to make sure that both of you have a spiritual life. So you should read all the great books, right? You should read... In terms of the Bible, I recommend the New Testament over the Old Testament, but then there's also the Quran, the Gitas, the Tao Te Ching. And then also in terms of philosophy, I'd stay away from Kant, but I highly recommend the Nicomachean Ethics. That's Aristotle. Just get these ideas in your head, and people call it cultural appropriation when you pull from other people's religions. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, they're all basically saying the same thing, just in different ways. But if something speaks to you, whether it's Buddhism, Christianity, I don't agree with just getting into one thing. Just, like, develop a spiritual life. And when you feel something or read something and you're like, yes, keep it. It doesn't matter which religion or which country it came from. If it speaks to you, it speaks to you. But don't deny yourself a spiritual life entirely, but beware of cults. I think, yeah, like,
Just don't join one.
Just don't join one. Don't do it. It's just like a really bad idea.
Well, you don't know it's a cult until it's too late.
Until it's too late.
And then you're either drinking Kool-Aid or leaving under the cover of darkness.
Yeah. Well, if anything seems too good to be true, it usually is not true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So just to cultivate your spiritual life, but take it on your own path. There's nobody in the world who knows as much as you do. So anyone who claims to be an expert, someone who claims to have all the answers, run. Don't walk, run.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, you're full of shit.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So just, so don't deny any form of religion or spirituality completely, but just be wary of it and trust your own inner wisdom, because there'll be sort of an internal resonance when you hear something that makes sense. But if you see a bunch of people in uniforms, like they're all wearing the same clothes, and there's like some dude who has like 15 wives, no. Don't
Why don't you come be my 16th wife?
Yeah. We'll give you a place to live and spiritual healing. Like, you are your own best healer and you are your own best teacher. Yeah. So, and then, in terms of other types of relationships, like, I think you need to have a relationship with money. What I would say about money is don't chase it. So you're going to need enough to live on, and you should make money, but don't make that the end goal. The end goal for you should be to become the fullest expression of yourself. So you were born with very specific talents. There's a person who you are meant to be. Become that person. And if you need to do other things for money, do other things for money. But don't do things that are going to draw too much energy or time from you in the pursuit of material wealth. So if you need to make money, I would say find something so